Hello everybody, I am Jay Shady, and you are listening to the voice of reason. So here we go, another Monday night, another shitty ass fucking Raw. You know, this show was just really bad. I was so bored, flipping through channels again, week after week after week. I'm just getting more and more bored with this shit. Literally nothing happened tonight. Nothing for, to further storylines. Nothing to further the product. There was just no development whatsoever. All it was a bunch of just random segments and a bunch of meaningless matches that had, no importance to them. No drive, no motivation. Nothing to lay out what's going to happen in the future. Just meaningless shit. That's all this whole show was. This isn't going to be a long review. I want to go do something else rather than talk about wrestling right now, so I'm just going to roll right through this shit. Your opening match was Zeb Coulter versus Ricardo Rodriguez versus Biggie Langston in a triple threat match. And this sounds like shit, but ironically, this was the most meaningful match the whole fucking night. This was the one that actually had some consequence to it and had some meaning. The winner of this match, the person that they're managing would get to choose the stipulation for the World Heavyweight Championship match at Extreme Rules. So you have a match with Zeb Coulter and Ricardo Rodriguez having more meaning than anything else on the whole show. That just says it right there. Of course, this wasn't a good match or anything. I mean, Biggie Langston's just beating up Ricardo Rodriguez for most of the thing. There's a mayhem happening. Somehow Biggie Langston winds up outside of the ring, and Ricardo Rodriguez does a fucking small package to Zeb Coulter, I believe, and gets the pin. So Alberto Del Rio gets to choose the stipulation for the Extreme Rules match. So there you go, that's that. Then you get this fucking segment, which pissed me off so much. I was going to turn off the show, and I was just going to give up WWE right on the spot. Apparently, it's a Wish Upon a Star Day or some shit, for the kids, the kids who have diseases, making wishes and all this shit. I'm not saying anything against the kids. That's a good cause to help out dying kids. But the fact that WWE always has to use kids in order to make themselves look good, that's like fucking evil. That's like Satan shit, They're like using the sickness of kids and the diseases of kids to make their own image in mainstream look positive and look clean. That's disgusting. And who do they trot out to, force this whole thing to be the face of this whole, Make-A-Wish PR movement? Of course, the poster boy for all this brainwashed shit, John Cena. John Cena goes to some sick kids and he surprises them and tells them he'll bring them out on Raw. Why can they just not do one thing for charity that isn't publicized, that we don't see them brag about on TV Monday? Because they don't actually give a shit about this stuff. It's just what makes them look good. It's what will get Linda to the White House fast, the fastest way possible. What will get Linda into the Senate seat. That's all this shit is for. If Linda wasn't running for Congress, if people actually liked John Cena and John Cena didn't have to revert to these fucking cheap-ass ways to get over, they wouldn't be doing this shit. But they bring out the kids, John Cena's interviewing the kids, and they're all wearing the same Never Give Up John Cena shirts, John Cena wristbands, John Cena hats. I doubt that these kids actually were wearing this when they went to the arena, that they all surprisingly just wore the same exact thing, so the WWE probably just gave them what to wear to try to promote John Cena. Let's use some dying kids in order to promote our top guy for the company. How do people actually accept this and applaud WWE? Oh, you're so nice. You're all noble people. You're doing such a good job. How do you not understand that this is brainwash? This is evil. This is like propaganda. This is like fucking Nazi shit that they used to do in Germany. Fuck that shit. Then you get Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. This was a decent, good match, especially for today's standards. This was an enjoyable Raw match. But it didn't mean anything. That's the whole thing. You had some matches on here that were okay, but they didn't mean jack shit. Nothing happened from this match. Randy Orton beats Cody Rhodes and cuts a stupid-ass promo, then RKO's Cody Rhodes, so Cody Rhodes gets buried like fuck. But this was a pretty decent match. Then you get they announced that they're going to have some Divas show on the E! Network Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. Expect some reviews from me on, the episodes of the Divas show. Yeah, fucking right. Anybody that watches that show is just a fucking retard. And I'm sure you're gonna get some nut jobs that are going to watch the show. Like, I understand 11-year-old girls watching that show, but I'm sure you'll get some weird-ass 30-year-old men, going on YouTube to talk about the Divas show. Then you get the Divas match. It's a black slut versus a white slut. I think the white slut originally wins, and then you had like a black referee, and I guess the black referee is racist, so he reverses the decision and makes the black slut win. Whatever. Shit happened. Then you get the Shield promo, and this was fucking shit. This was garbage, the Shield promo, Then the Shield is just getting so boring. I mean, I'm glad that they're winning matches and shit, but they're not doing anything with this team, Cutting the same promos. Justice this, blah, 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 blah. Justice that, blah, 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 blah. Justice, believe in the Shield, blah, blah, blah. It's the same stupid ass shit. I don't even know what they're talking about with this Justice. It's not even making sense anymore with this Justice shit. Then you get 3MB coming out. And they're going to kick the Shield's ass. Of course, the Shield beats them down. Then Team Hell No comes out, and the Shield runs away scared of Team Hell No. I mean, the Shield has beaten Team Hell No like 3-4 fucking times already, yet the Shield is still running away from Team Hell No. That makes a lot of sense right there, I guess if you're a bad guy, if you're a big bad villain, you're supposed to run away. Then you get Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. This was another decent match. This was okay, exciting at the end, I didn't care for it, but we've seen this match 20 fucking times, but it was okay. It was decent. Dolph Ziggler gets the win with the zigzag whoop-de-doo. Then you get the Triple H versus Brock Lesnar promo, because none of the guys were there tonight, so they had to remind us about this great fucking match that we're going to get at Extreme Rules, third time's the charm with these fucking people. I don't think anybody gives a shit about this match, so there's no reason for me to talk about it, quite frankly. I mean, what are you going to do? This is what the WWE forces down our throats, Then you get fucking Ryback talking. He's talking about how he's not going to rely on Cena for their match against the Shield tonight because Cena's injured. He's not injured, really, but he's injured according to WWE. So, He's not dealing with it. He's not going to have the match. And then he says, Ryback rules or some shit. So he's stealing from Psycho Sid now. Sid rules the world. People always have to steal in order to get over these days. Then you get Jack Swagger versus Zack Ryder. This was just a squash match. I mean, they try to make it look like Zack Ryder was doing offense. I don't know for what reason that was, but of course Jack Swagger beats Zack Ryder. Shitty fucking match. Then you get Mark Henry coming out, and he's having tug of wars contests. Ooh, I don't want to watch wrestling matches on the wrestling show. I want to see everything else other than wrestling. I want a tug of war contest, This is like some shit that, 5-year-olds do, in the schoolyard, tug of war. Mark Henry calls out 2 challengers. First out is Sweet Tea, and they're having a tug of war contest. Mark Henry beats Sweet Tea in the tug of war. Then Brodus Clay comes out. Mark Henry beats Brodus Clay in the tug of war. Then that fucking goofball Sheamus comes out. I was hoping that we were going to get through a whole show without Sheamus. Of course that couldn't happen. Sheamus comes out, and Mark Henry is struggling to beat Sheamus at tug of war. So Mark Henry easily, and I mean like this, in like 3 seconds, beats Brodus Clay and beats fucking Fat Tensai. Yet he struggles with the skinniest guy out of those 3 in Sheamus. I mean, Sheamus gives up 100 pounds compared to those guys, fucking 250 pounds combined with both guys. Yet Mark Henry is struggling to beat Sheamus in the tug of war. I mean, your mind has to be so low and just so rotted and corrupted and beat up in order to actually believe the shit that WWE fucking puts on their TV. Then you get Antonio Cesaro versus Alberto Del Rio. I've seen this match 30, 40 fucking times. Cesaro gets a jobber entrance. They don't even have his music. They don't even have his entrance. He's just there in the ring already. So, people still want to believe that they're, beating down Cesaro in order to push him back up again, that this isn't, something for him being in the doghouse, that he's not in trouble with, creative and all that. All right, keep believing that. We're giving Cesaro jobber entrances, but yeah, we're building him up. Alberto Del Rio beats Cesaro, then announces that the stipulation for Extreme Rules is going to be a ladder match. Pretty cool stipulation at least. And then you get a dance-off. We've had tug of wars. We've had managers fighting. What better way to cap the night off than with a fucking dance-off? It's been too long since I've seen a dance-off on Raw. We needed this. Great Khali versus Fandango in a dance-off, I mean, I can't believe I'm actually reviewing a show that has dance-offs on. I feel like such a fucking, girly man, a fucking pussy or some shit. Khali's doing he's trying to cut a promo. Khali trying to cut a promo was probably the best thing on Raw tonight. It's actually fucking funny. Raw should just be 3 hours of Khali fucking talking on a mic, in my opinion. That'd be more entertaining than all this shit. Khali dances like a goofball. Fandango cuts a fucking homosexual type promo. Then does his ballroom shit. The crowd cheers for Khali, so Khali, wins the best dancer crown or some shit. I don't even fucking know what to say. Then you get the main event, The Shield versus Team Hell No and Cena. Ryback said he was leaving the arena, so instead it's Team Hell No teaming up with John Cena. And all you people on YouTube, and I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of you people or anything, but for all you people that were hoping that Cena got injured, hoping that this was true, that Cena was going to drop the belt and shit, that he wasn't going to be able to perform, all of you got fucking punked tonight by WWE, that's for sure. Cena was running, doing his 5 moves of doom like nothing ever happened. Clearly, this whole injury shit is all just an angle in order to hype up Cena, in order to make him look even more powerful, to say, oh, he's injured and he still beats Ryback. He still competes, even with injury. The great John Cena, one of the greatest champions of all time. Throughout in one show, Cena uses dying sick kids in order to get over, and uses a fake ass injury to get over. And this is supposed to be the greatest guy in the company, the greatest champion of this era, the poster boy. Could you imagine Hogan having to resort to this shit? Austin, Rock, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Brock Lesnar, all the past faces didn't have to resort to this stupid ass shit in order to get over. Cena's injured, This match was I think the second worst Shield match in my opinion. There was just nothing special to it. You didn't have Taker in it. It wasn't a TLC match. It was just, the only worst one was the Elimination Chamber one. Cena's making believe his foot is injured, yet he's still doing, he's still having a wrestling match. I don't know, you can't call it a wrestling match, but he's still having a match. He goes for the fucking AA or some shit, and Roman Reigns spears Cena, and they pin Cena, I was shocked that Cena actually took the pinfall, and it wasn't Daniel Bryan, but they were, making sure that they played it off that Cena was injured, and that's why he lost. And then I expected Ryback to come out. I was talking to my friend. I was like, if this was the old days, Ryback would come back to the arena in a monster truck or a motorcycle or some shit and just destroy John Cena's fake-ass foot. But Ryback comes out with a leather jacket, trying to look all badass. And you're expecting something to happen. But before you know it, you see that little logo in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and that's it. The show's over, that's it. He just stares down John Cena from the ramp. Are you kidding me? Back then, this shit would end. Ryback comes with a fucking monster truck or some shit, rides up on a Harley Davidson, takes a fucking brick, puts down John Cena, exposes that foot, and BAM! With that brick, BAM! Right on that foot, break his foot in a million pieces. Or you would have did the Edge shit, where he fucking puts his foot through the chair like a concerto and smashes that shit to smithereens. But how do you do it on PG? How do you have a heel look on PG? Going against the guy with an injury? Just stares there from the ramp. Feed me more. That's the badass shit. That's as badass as you can get, As badass as you can get is just a leather jacket, That's the only fucking thing. Ooh, he has a leather jacket. That's real fucking tough, This is just insane. The way you compare how this shit would be booked back then to now, He just stares there at John Cena. I mean, it's like fucking mind-numbing. It really is. Like I said, the thing that they would do back then with it, by having Ryback tear apart his foot, beat him all over the arena with it, take bricks, take like fucking machetes and shit, chop that shit off. And now he just stands there and the show just ends. You know, this was a horrible show. Nothing happened. A dumbass ending that was just stupid and just so, like, fucking tame. It's like these people have no fucking balls, you know. Everybody's just castrated, you know, on this whole show. Sucks. A bunch of fucking matches. Some of them were decent but no meaning. Nothing happened tonight except a stipulation was named for the World Heavyweight Championship. So as usual, a boring ass show in a boring ass fucking product that we have in a boring ass era. There you go. I'm Jay Shady, the voice of reason. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.